Morning, afternoon people, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a beehive floor with an underfloor entrance. And what's the advantages of these, I hear you say? Well, first of all, the underfloor entrance is to make it harder for wasps or yellow jackets to rob, because the bees are clever. The bees know to fly in and up, but the wasps tend to fly in, bounce off that backboard there. However, I have watched wasps at beehives, and I've watched the wasps actually suss out to come in and up. Eventually they work it out. Another thing is it alleviates the need for mouse guards over winter, because it's an 8mm entrance gap, not big enough for a mouse to get through. And also anything like hornets. So that's a 8mm bee space gap. Hornets bigger than that. The other advantage is you've got a void underneath. You can cut some foam insulation and over winter insulate the bottom of the hive. And it's out of pallet wood, so it's free. So let's get into how to make one. Okay, so my hive bodies are British National, which are 460mm by 460mm. However, if you're using Langstroth or commercial, just use the measurements, whatever hive you're using. So the first thing we're going to need then is two lengths, which are edges, 460 by 460. Once we've got our two lengths at 460 by 460, what we're going to do then is measure that. That's 30mm. We knock that off 460. So our next bits of length now are going to be 430. And to start with, we're going to need 4 of those. So I'm going to cut 4 lengths now at 430mm. So now what we've got is 2 lengths at 460, 4 lengths at 430. If we put these together like this, that length now will be 460. So 460, 460 square, the right size for British National, British Standard. So first thing I'm going to do then, we've done this, is put our ends on. Our end on, this will be the back of our floor. Because we're using pallet wood, we don't want to split it, so we're going to get a drill pilot holes, then put our screws in. So if you don't drill pilot holes, you are going to end up splitting the wood, because we're using pallet wood. Now what we're going to do is the same on the other side. The thing I like to do next then is the landing board, which is going to be here. So again, we're going to get our drill, we're going to drill pilot holes, we're going to screw the landing board into place. So that's now our landing board in place. Next thing then is the backboard, which is going to go here. So what we're going to do again, pilot holes, 2 screws, screw the backboard in place, and then move on to the last part of the entrance. Okay, so there we go. These fly in, landing board, in and up. Next part is the entrance. There's two ways of doing this. Basically, what we want here is 8mm. One bee space is 8mm. So you can either offset this by 8mm, in which case it will protrude 8mm from the front, or you can take a circular saw and just whip 8mm off one edge, and that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so there, whipped 8mm off that edge. So 8mm will give us our one bee space. So again, we'll pop that in place, drill our pilot holes, put our screws in, and move on to the next stage. Okay, so there we are. So 8mm. That's just a bit more. One end is just over, and the other end is just about 8mm. It's not a biggie though. That'll be fine. I could just push that over a bit and narrow the entrance down a little bit at this end. In fact, I'll probably do that. So there we have it so far. That's the entrance part done. So the bees fly in here, land on the landing board, up through the entrance into the hive. Next thing then is filling this. Three ways. If you want a solid floor, just go ahead and cut wood. Again, drill pilot holes, screw it in. There's your solid floor. You could have a row mesh floor, buy a piece of row meshing, mesh that. Or you can do half and half. You could half do it with wood and half row mesh. I'm going to go with a solid floor. Okay, so that's our floor in. Now don't worry too much if you've got any cracks or gaps, especially around the edges, because we're going to put an edging on there now that will cover those. If you have got slight cracks down here, it's not a biggie, because the bees tend to just properly sit up anyway. So, I'm going to put our edging on now. Now what is this edging for, I hear you say? So I'm running national, so I'm running a bottom bee space. So we need 8mm bee space at floor level. So I've got a strip of wood, scrap wood out of a skip, it's 8mm thick. We're going to make an edging around the edges there, just to give us our 8mm bottom bee space. There we have it, our underfloor entrance, just like that, next to free, just the price of a few screws. So if you enjoyed that video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more beekeeping and gardening videos, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, have a good day.